A barefoot little girl cried and pointed to the shed. "My mommy is in there." When the officers opened it, they froze. The patrol car crawled along the forgotten back roads of a small rural town on the outskirts of Marionville, a place where winter clung stubbornly to bare trees and old fences like memories that wouldn't fade. Officers Ethan Cole and Daniel Harris had just finished issuing a warning for a broken taillight when the radio crackled. Child reported wandering alone near Cypress and Willow. Appears distressed. No adult in sight. They turned onto a nearly invisible dirt path, the tires crunching over gravel and frost-bitten mud. And that's when they saw her, a little girl, no older than 5, barefoot, dressed in just a thin, long-sleeved navy shirt and dark leggings. She stood in the middle of the road, shaking, her brown skin marked with smudges of dirt. Her mouth opened in a silent scream. And then the words came, "Help! Please help! My mommy's in the shed!" Ethan slammed the brakes. Both officers jumped out. The child ran straight toward them, her small hands clutching the hem of her shirt like it was all that held her together. "She told me not to leave, but I thought she was dead." Ethan knelt. "Slow down, sweetheart. Where is she?" The little girl's arm trembled as she pointed just beyond a line of bare trees. "There, please, the green shed." At the edge of a clearing stood a worn-down green shed, tilted slightly like it had lost its balance. Rusted chains crossed its front, secured by a heavy, corroded padlock. "Stay back," Daniel said softly, then radioed in, "We've got a possible endangerment, child on scene, requesting backup and child services, now." Ethan was already at the door, examining the padlock. This wasn't a temporary lock. Someone meant to keep that door closed. Daniel fetched a sledgehammer from the trunk. Ethan gripped a crowbar. Behind them, the little girl sobbed again. "Please hurry. She stopped talking last night. I think she's hurt." Ethan's knuckles whitened on the crowbar. Daniel struck first, metal against metal, sparks flying. The lock held. Another blow, crack. The chain fell to the ground. Ethan yanked the door open, and the smell hit them. A putrid wave of mold, sweat, and something darker, something decaying. In the darkness, slumped in a chair, was a woman, mid-30s, duct tape over her mouth, hands bound by rope, her eyes half open but vacant, her skin bruised, wrists raw. "Ma'am," Ethan called. No answer. He stepped forward, flashlight shaking in his hand. Daniel rushed in with a knife to cut the ropes. "It's okay. You're safe. We're the police." The woman gasped but could barely whisper. Her throat was bone dry. Her eyes darted around, panicked. "Get EMS here, now!" Ethan shouted into his radio. From outside, the girl cried again. "Is she okay?" Ethan leaned out the door. "She's alive, honey. You saved her." The little girl collapsed to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. As paramedics arrived and stabilized the mother, Daniel noticed something behind the chair. He called Ethan over. At the back of the shed, beneath a stained tarp, sat a folding table. On it, photographs, notes, a burner phone, a printed map, with several homes marked in red ink. One of them was the very house behind the shed. "Look at this," Daniel muttered. This isn't random." Photos of women, single mothers, their routines, locations. "She was being watched," Ethan said. "And maybe so were others." Just then, the radio buzzed again. "Backup en route. ETA 5 minutes." Ethan turned to the girl who had crawled toward the doorway. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Kalia," she whispered. "Kalia, you did something incredibly brave today." She shook her head. "I wasn't brave. I was scared." Ethan smiled softly. "That's what makes it brave." If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected true stories. Let us know in the comments, what would you have done if Kalia was your daughter? Before we go on, if you're moved by what Kalia did, if you believe in the power of courage and love, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We share powerful, real-life stories like this every week. And don't forget to leave a comment letting us know where in the world you're watching from. Now, back to the story. Within minutes, a name was confirmed. The woman was Alicia Morgan, 36. She'd been reported missing 4 days earlier, initially marked as low priority. They were wrong. The shed was photographed in detail. Restraints on the walls, dirty food containers, a used syringe, tools no one should ever find outside a nightmare, and on that same table at the very top of the stack, a photo of Kalia, taken outside her kindergarten 3 weeks earlier. Detective Harold Green from Missing Persons arrived, quiet as he surveyed the scene. "This wasn't just one victim," he said at last. "This was a system. Someone's collecting, watching, choosing." "And Kalia?" Ethan asked. "She was next," Green replied grimly. Later, at the hospital, Alicia regained enough strength to whisper what had happened. A man pretending to be a social worker had approached her with promises of rental assistance for low-income mothers. He even had paperwork. Then he came back, said she'd qualified. She let him in. That's when everything went black. "Janaya was asleep," she whispered. "He planned it, everything." "Is she safe?" she asked, tears welling. "Because of her," Ethan said, "you're both alive." Kalia wrapped her tiny fingers around her mother's hand. "I was scared, Mama, but I ran." "You saved me," Alicia whispered. The investigation made national headlines. A surveillance-based trafficking ring had been operating across multiple rural states using fake social programs to target single mothers. Multiple victims had reported strange visits, suspicious calls. Most were dismissed. Until a 5-year-old girl changed everything. 4 arrests were made in 2 weeks. The Green Shed became the centerpiece of a federal case. But more powerful than any forensic evidence was the voice of the child who ran barefoot through the woods to find help. Months passed. Alicia healed. She and Kalia were relocated to a safe town with the help of victim support services. A GoFundMe campaign helped pay for their new life. At her new school, Kalia was quiet until Hero Day. That morning, she stood up in front of her class and said, "I thought heroes wore capes, but sometimes they're just little kids who run fast and scream loud." The class clapped. Her teacher cried. And on her 6th birthday, Ethan and Daniel visited. Kalia wore a navy dress and held a plastic badge they had gifted her. "I want to be a police officer someday," she said. "You already are," Ethan replied. "You found the truth when no one else saw it." Because in the end, this wasn't just about opening a locked shed. It was about unlocking truth, about listening when a child's voice trembles, believing them when no one else does, and never underestimating how far love can run, even with no shoes, no map, only purpose. If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected true stories. Let us know in the comments, what would you have done if Kalia was your daughter? Until next time, stay kind, stay brave, and keep believing.